What's up, guys? Iceman here.
So there's been a quarterly update for Diablo 4. I'm sure some of you guys know this by now. Voodoo, one of my channel members, you have many wives, sir, and if you want to become a channel member, click the join button or the first link in the description below, has notified me of this quarterly update. Now, I should have been paying attention, but I missed it, alright? But some of you guys know I've been quite optimistic for Diablo 4, and I still am. I like the character customization option that they announced last time, so at that point, I was even more impressed, because before that, I feel like a lot of what they're doing is looking good. So anyway, let's just see what they have going on here. Seasons, probably quite predictable, but yeah, they'll have seasons. Let's see what those are all about. Well, first off, let's check out the new content. Like the artwork here. We think it is important that players see that the game is changing in meaningful ways. Each season will be released with a fresh new gameplay feature and quest line that introduces new challenges, mysteries, and possibilities into the level up experience. This is something players should begin to experience before the end of their first hour of play. One of the benefits of our seasonal direction is that it enables fun, new ways to play throughout your character's progression. Each season's new questline will reveal more of the world's sanctuary and your character's place in it. What the hell? Here, we get an opportunity to introduce new characters or revisit old ones while exploring the lore and content of the season. What the hell? Explore old ones? Refreshing the meta. Is that how you say it? Meta or meta? Let me know in the comments. What the toad? I don't know what this is. This is awesome. So, the Paragon Tree thing or whatever, I think is a great idea. And this was introduced, I don't know, a few quarterly updates ago, where it reminds many, I think, of the Path of Exile tree. And it's far different from Diablo 3's Paragon system. They probably shouldn't have used that word in Diablo 4, but they used the word anyway. They used the Paragon word, because I know a lot of us don't like the Paragon word when it comes to Diablo. But it's entirely different than the Diablo 3 Paragon. The Diablo 3 Paragon, all you could do is up your little stats. Strength, intelligence, willpower, dex, whatever it's called there. And that's it. You got 5 points every Paragon level. So it's just a very slow, constant gain of power or whatever. And it was really boring. And there was no customization. It really sucked. But what's good about Diablo 4's Paragon is there's like little unique nodes or whatever they call them. What do they call them? Glimpse? They call them glimpse. There's unique glimpse. There's magic glimpse. So you can like start leveling up, and choosing which way you go on this path. And there's like these unique glimpses and shit. I don't know if this is representation of that right here. But, so there's going to be impactful levels that you gain. You know what I mean? Like as you're customizing your character, you'll like be looking forward to, say, unlocking that glimpse that allows like a chance of casting amplified damage upon killing an enemy or something crazy like that. Maybe that would be too overpowered. A chance of casting like a minor poison nova on killing an enemy. You know what I mean? Things like that. Things that are impactful. Things that you could visually see your homie like portraying. You know what I mean? Like game-changing things, man. So I think this is, this Paragon thing is a great idea. And apparently it's not limitless, right? Or maybe it is seemingly limitless. Maybe similarly to how the Race to 99 is seemingly limitless, but it's not limitless because you can actually get to 99. But most of us don't. Like in Diablo 2, for example. I think the highest I ever got was like 93, 94, something like that. But it, I don't know which way it's going. And I'm kind of open for either. You know, I hope that it does like seemingly have a cap. but it's just damn near impossible to get to. Maybe similarly to how it is to get to 99 in Diablo 2. Something like that, but I don't know. Is there a cap? I can't remember. Diablo 4 is a vast game. We want to ensure that we are keeping existing content and features in a place where they remain fun and challenging to participate in. To that end, we will always be evaluating the state of the game to regularly revitalize older stomping grounds. One clear example here is looking at the relative balance between classes, builds, and powers. Okay, this is just a bunch of fan service crap. This is just a bunch of mumbo jumbo, isn't it? I think that's just a bunch of mumbo jumbo. Adding new legendary and unique items? What? Every season? It's kind of committing to a lot. If they're going to be, I mean, that would be really impressive, but in order to make this good, they're probably going to have to find a way to monetize it more, because I don't think they're going to be putting a team toward a game where every season they have to bust their ass making new content when there's no like monetizable content integrated into the game. But we'll see what happens. But that's the fine line, right? Many of our opinion has it, including mine, that the monetizable content should have no grounds with your character's power gain. Right? It should be cosmetic only. Maybe some quality of life or something like that. Stash tabs? I don't know. What do you guys think? Visual aspects, right? Armors for your mount and things like that. That don't have any, as long as your mount doesn't benefit off having armor. Just the visual crap. But we'll see. Maybe they talk about it here. Improving the game. With each season, we'll be looking into ways to simply improve the player experience. As a live product, we intend to hold Diablo 4 to an exceedingly high standard. We're here to build a live game that we can be proud of, and the best way to do that is by engaging our players directly. Based on the feedback that we receive, the team will identify quality of life features and polish work that can be done to improve the overall game experience and invite the community to vote upon their prior... Are you kidding me? They're not actually going to have a legit voting system, are they? Shit's going to be tainted, isn't it? Yeah, shit's going to be, it's going to be fake. No, I don't know that. I'm just messing around. But, I mean, really, that is probably the best way to go. Because what I like about Project Diablo 2 and Path of Diablo is that a lot of that is based on fan votes. You know what I mean? Not that they really have like a poll or whatever that they take for every little thing that they do. But they kind of try to do what the fans generally want. And from what we've seen so far, is that they actually did tend to listen a lot more than Blizzard did. Or Vicarious Vision. I mean, Blizzard, maybe they did listen for the first year or so when Diablo 2 was released. But as we all know, after whatever patch that was, they pretty much stopped working on it and only released maintenance patches and things like that. So they kind of left it alone. And the same thing... Maybe I won't talk about D2R right now, but with the modded versions of Diablo 2, they're kind of doing this, what Blizzard is acting like they're going to be doing. Only this, I think, would be even better if they're actually going to take votes. Maybe I'm reading too far into this, but that would be really good. See, this is all looking pretty good, man. And I know they're open. Well, there's a lot of things to criticize, right? Some say that the future of this company is kind of hanging on this game, Diablo 4, and I think there might be some truth to that. Diablo 4 might be what makes or breaks them, and I think that they know this, especially considering how PoE 2 or whatever, 2.0, they're pretty much waiting to release that to compete with Diablo 4. Isn't that what's going on? So they're like, they have a really big competitor at stake here, so they have to make a good game. And I think that they know this. They didn't really have to make a good game when Diablo 3 came out, and they didn't really have to make a good game when they remastered Diablo 2, because they know a lot of us were just going to buy it no matter what anyway. But with Diablo 4, they really have to make a good game here. So we'll see what happens. Live events. Sanctuary is a living world filled with people, creatures, and factions striving to meet their own ends. Attentive players should be on the lookout for new live events that will crop up each season. An example of a live event might be the warning of an impending invasion of the drowned, which may last a weekend, or the arrival of a strange peddler amidst the crags and the dry steppes. These events provide gateways to new adventures and unique rewards. Okay, so that's kind of like what World of Warcraft does, isn't it? Where they have like a weekend where this or that is going on. That sounds fine to me, really. I don't really like having to abide by a schedule, so I don't know if that's going to be so much my thing, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Season Journey. Season Pass. What the hell? The scale of Diablo 4 seasons is much more ambitious than what we've done in the past in Diablo 3, with a large development team dedicated to seasons after launch. Diablo 4 will be supported by an army of developers for years to come. I wonder if this is all BS. Do you guys think it's all BS? Maybe this is only if things go well, but I don't know. My speculation is that the release on this game is going to be quite good, and I think it's going to do all right. I think it's going to do quite well, is my hypothesis. All right, so we'll see. We'll see if Iceboy's right on this one, and I think I do have a tendency on being right. So we'll see how it goes. Well, let me know in the comments. What are you guys expecting of this game? What the hell is this? Do you have to pay for this? Is this what you have to pay for? Okay, live service monetization in Diablo. Yeah, I think I've heard about this. Diablo 4 will be a full-price game with a cosmetic shop and season pass. What the hell is that? None of which provide any pay-for-power options. Okay, so that's great that they're trying to write that out to us right now. And I think they have been kind of subliminally for a while. Our goal in designing our in-game purchases is that we want to create beautiful things which add value to players' experience of the game. Seasons will add all new gameplay, quests, challenges, meta changes, and quality of life improvements. The Season Pass recognizes players' dedication with greater rewards, unlocking as you play more throughout the season. There will be a single track of rewards with free tiers that are unlocked just by playing the game and leveling, and premium tiers which provide no in-game power or advantage over other players. The free tiers of the pass will provide gameplay boosts to all players, things which make the journey of leveling up a fresh seasonal character faster and more streamlined. In contrast, the premium tier rewards are focused on aesthetics, providing a huge value in the form of cosmetics and premium currency. Many of the rewards embody the seasonal theme, helping players show off their participation in that season. Okay, so far, I mean, they said it a couple times, right? It's cosmetic, it's no power. No power attained through the money. I don't give a shit about this. I mean, I don't really like altering the character's looks anyway. I kind of like how in Diablo 2, how everyone knows what you're wearing. You know, like if there's like some cool unique item. I mean, there's not a ton of examples, but like everyone know you had Shaco on if you were wearing Shaco, or they generally would know that you had Nightwing on if you were wearing Nightwing, right? Just a kind of blued great helm style sort of helm. So I kind of liked that aspect, how you could look onto your teammate and you'd know what they were wearing, right? Whereas with the cosmetic changes, it's just all, you just know that they just probably just made them look like that. You have no idea what kind of gear they're wearing. But on the other hand, I did take advantage of the transmog in Diablo 3 when I wanted to tailor my character to a visual that I preferred. So I really ended up using that. So I guess I can't talk too much crap about it. And on that note, I don't know, depending on how much this costs, maybe I'll get a premium or whatever, but I'm not willing to spend much on it, but we'll see how it goes. And I guess it depends also if the YouTube is doing really good, the Diablo YouTube channel, if I'm making, you know, if I'm making bank on that channel, or bank in my, according to my interpretation, which I'm really cheap with my lifestyle, so making bank for Iceman isn't really much at all. In fact, it's pretty much just a little bit more than what I'm making now. So yeah, I don't set the goals very high, you know. So if I'm making an okay, if the YouTube is doing okay, maybe I'll spend like $20 or whatever for one of these passes. I don't know. We'll see. In order to have cosmetics, or I don't know if they're stash tabs or what, but let's see what else they have to say here. Players can spend this currency on cosmetics offered in the shop. Okay. Like the shop, these don't affect gameplay. Additionally, certain cosmetic types are exclusive to the Season Pass. The Season Pass awards free season boosts. Boosts accelerate players' progress for the duration of the season. Okay, free season boost, okay? A season boost might accelerate XP earned to make leveling multiple characters within a season faster. Because they affect the gameplay, season boosts are free rewards for all players. We want to be clear that players can't unlock season boosts more quickly through purchases. There's no way to unlock more boosts or boosts at a faster pace by spending money. Players can purchase tiers, but they won't speed up getting season boosts. Players can't upgrade season boosts by purchasing tiers, because they'll also have to earn level milestones to apply them. All other tier rewards can be unlocked instantly by purchasing tiers. In other words, there's no way to shortcut getting season boosts by buying tiers. They must be earned. How the hell do you earn the season boosts? I'm not a very good listener. I never really was. Let me know in the comments if you guys are paying attention to all this. The season journey accelerates season. I'm not even going to listen apparently when I'm even reading it, but I mean, I knew that going into it. I don't have time for a lot of bullshit, or at least I'm just not a good listener, right? The season journey accelerates season pass progression. While any playstyle can progress through the season pass, min-maxers can focus on season journey objectives to advance more quickly. Okay. The way we approached designing the shop and the cosmetics within it was by thinking about the experience we want players to have. We want buying things to feel good before, during, and after purchase. So if players choose to buy something, it should be because they want to, not because they feel like they have to. It should also be clear to players exactly what they are getting before they choose to buy, with no unpleasant surprises. Are they, it's like they know all the shit that Diablo Immortal's getting right now, so they're trying to assure you it's not going to be like Diablo Immortal. Even with the whole unpleasant surprises thing. That's kind of entertaining. But the shop's cosmetics build on top of the foundation of a huge variety of transmogs from weapons and armors players will find in-game. It's also important to us that the shop is grounded with Diablo's world, so our cosmetics are holistic fantasies, the individual components of which can be mixed and matched with transmogs from armors acquired in-game for endless customization options. What the hell? Okay. These are these like suits or something? Yeah, they're cosmetics. Okay. Palladium. That's one of those. That's that expensive precious metal. So they're trying to use something else other than silver and gold or whatever. Let's talk more about what players can expect. The shop sells cosmetics for premium currency. Cosmetics give players even more options to customize the visual appearance of their characters. Nothing offered up in the shop grants a direct or indirect gameplay advantage. They keep saying that. I mean, at this point, we should really expect that to be the case, right? That there's not going to be any surprises here, where there's not going to be any little outlet for you to pay and then have your character excel faster or gain power advantages. It seems like they're trying to make that pretty clear, which I guess is what I was expecting. Because they've said stuff like this before. But I mean, I think it sounds like they're really trying to assure us that there's not going to be any pay-to-win aspect here. So, what do you guys think about that? You don't think they're playing possum on us, do you? Let me know in the comments below. So while many of these may look like powerful pieces of gear, they have no in-game stats. That's what I didn't really like about the transmog thing, is that your character looks all badass and powerful, but they could still get their ass kicked because the looks of the gear doesn't really match their power. You know what I mean? That's something that I just didn't really like about the transmogs, which is probably why whenever I transmog... Do I have to be honest with you guys right now? I think the only way I utilized it was when I was like the wizard or the monk. I pretty much took away the armor, if you know what I mean. Alright, that's pretty much what I did. Because when I'm playing the game, I just like it. I just like to find the characters visually appealing. Alright? So that's pretty much the only thing I use the transmog for in Diablo 3, is to take away the armor. I didn't like put on these badass looking suits because that wasn't very immersive, I thought. Although it's not immersive as well when they're not wearing much armor and they're still kicking ass. But this is all fantasy, right? That's where it begins and that's where it ends, I think. It's fantasy. The shop is optional. Players can experience all core and seasonal gameplay features without spending money. Our goal is for players to enjoy going to the shop, buy something when it catches their fancy, and walk away happy with what they bought. Can you buy, I mean, I feel like in general, a lot of you guys who are subscribed to my page, and just Diablo fans in general, you probably don't like the idea of purchasing additional stash tabs, would be my guess. So it's interesting how they haven't really touched on that yet. So it seems like we might be in the clear in that regard. Even though myself, I was kind of, you know, I was all right with that idea of buying additional stash tabs, as long as they gave us initially a seemingly adequate amount, and certainly as long as they transferred from season to season. But I don't know. I mean, there's no talk on that. That's kind of interesting. They better give us a big-ass stash. Because if you're not going to let me buy any more tabs, you better give me a big stash, is kind of what I'm thinking. The shop is transparent. See, again, it's kind of like they're trying to assure us that this isn't really like that other Diablo game they just made. And that's like already on Season 3 or whatever, isn't it? It's important that players know exactly what to expect before making a purchase. We've built preview functionality that enables players to closely examine every detail of the cosmetic on their own characters before deciding to make a purchase. Look at these visuals. That's good. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? But I wonder if they're going to like intentionally make everything that you can't buy just look like complete ass. I wonder if they're going to do that. I hope that's not the case. Yeah, they're going to make like the stuff you can't buy just look like ass. Oh, look at this. They answered my question. The best looking cosmetics aren't exclusive to the shop. Hell no. I guess that answers the question. Diablo 4 will ship with hundreds of transmogs unlockable from drop-in games. From drops in-game. Right, just like how Diablo 3 operated. Just like how Diablo 3 operated. You find an item that has a unique look to it, it's then unlocked in your transmog shop. For free. Including dozens of armor sets of the highest visual quality. These, there are incredible pieces, unique and legendary quality items for players to find without ever going to the shop. The shop offers more diversity of choices, not systematically better choices. Look at this guy. Looks kind of like Conan inspired, doesn't it? Hell yeah. Different themes going on there. Screen captures of legendary armors earned through the game left versus armor cosmetics on the shop right. I was going to say I do like the shop one more, but I think it's just because I kind of like the more nature aspect than like this. I don't really like the masks, the ugly masks and shit. Damn. Okay, well that's good to know. And does the same apply up here? The right one is the shop? Yeah, probably. But anyway. Armor transmogs in the shop are usable on all characters of that class. Many of the cosmetics in the shop are class-specific fantasies, which wouldn't necessarily make sense visually on other classes. Once you unlock a cosmetic from the shop for a given class, you can use it on every character of that class on your account. There are special cosmetics. That's great news. Do they transfer over from season to season? Maybe they don't. There are special cosmetics exclusive to the season pass, which celebrate the theme of the season and look similar across all classes. The most important guiding principle behind the shop and season pass is to create something players love, look forward to, and appreciate being part of the game. Cosmetics in Diablo 4 create new ways for players to express themselves and never provide advantages in-game. Players will experience all the fun of seasons, whether they spend anything or not. We intend to continue our dialogue with players about shop and season pass, and will always listen and seek out the community's feedback about it. It is our sincerest belief that we can work together with the community to keep Diablo 4 a living, evolving world for many years to come. Thanks for reading. We'll be sharing more soon. Are you kidding me? I mean, it sounds good, doesn't it? What do you think? I mean, this is actually better than I expected. Because I thought there were going to be stash tabs and shit. And as much as I acted like I was kind of okay with that, which I am, I can understand why the community in general wouldn't want that. And they're not even doing that. You know, this is just cosmetic stuff. And as they're trying to convey here, there's still going to be epic looking stuff that you can find that you don't have to buy. So, I mean, and the voting system? Are you serious? Are you really going to take, like public polls? Like, is this data going to be open to the public? Like, they're not just going to say they took a poll and they're going to bullshit us? I mean, if this is true, it seems like they know, as mentioned, that this game might be what makes or breaks the future success of this company. What if they're actually trying to make a good game? Could you imagine that? Like, what if they're actually, without any bullshit, trying to get together and make a great game, you know? I mean, I don't want to go too far out with this, but I'm just saying, I'm just theorizing here, all right? I mean, it sounds like from the stuff they're writing here, they're acting like they're serious. And as mentioned, the company's probably hanging on this game. The future success of this company. And, I mean, the fact that they act like they're going to take votes from the community, I mean, I'd like to see more of what that's going to look like. Because that's really, I mean, I think it's the best way to do it. It's really like what we're seeing with the mods, where they're getting an idea from the community. But let's see what the closing thoughts are. Wrapping up this quarterly update blog, we want players to take comfort in knowing Diablo 4 will continue to evolve its offerings post-launch. The introduction of new seasons alongside live events and a returning season journey will work in tandem to breathe variety into the game. I mean, yeah, if they do make changes to the meta or whatever every season, it's really going to be incentive to play next season, you know? While also reinforcing its core principle, empowering players to experience Sanctuary as they see fit. We cannot wait for you to explore these systems in the future. I feel like it's kind of trendy to shit on Blizzard right now, all right? And I know that I've done my share of that, especially with Diablo 2 Resurrected. Because you guys know that Iceboy, I probably didn't hold back much on my opinion in regards to what they did with the character models, for one. Now, how these just aren't the same people anymore. You know, this is supposed to be a remaster, but these aren't even the same people, you know? And that was something that I wasn't expecting much, but from after that. But noting that, how D2R, I think in general, I mean, a lot of you guys, a lot of the common player, you guys like D2R, and I talk a lot of shit about it. You know, I think there's a lot of things that they could have done, very simple, basic things that they should have done from the get-go. Give us an even larger stash. Give us a loot filter. There's no loot filter. Let us stack the damn runes. Let us stack the gems. You know, just very basic things that are very hard for me to just let go and just forget about and just not talk about anymore. And I feel like I beat the shit out of that dead horse when it comes to the character models and what they've done to them. So I just don't even want to talk about it anymore. But after all that, I hope you guys know that I'm coming at you from an authentic perspective here. And I'm not trying to kiss ass, you know, because you guys, you know that I didn't kiss ass with Diablo 2 Resurrected. But Diablo 4, the Paragon system, I think, looks awesome because of what I've mentioned. The little glimpse and all that shit, and the customization, and how it's totally different from Diablo 3's Paragon system. So we have that. All right, we have customization on our character models. So this is just kind of a small thing, but it's important. You know, we can customize the looks of our characters and all. I think that's a great thing. But I don't even care to include that in this, because there's a couple other things that are very key as to why I think this is going to be an awesome game. There's the skills, or how it potentially could be an awesome game. The skills, unlike Diablo 3, and like Diablo 2, now have set performance and damage and all that crap based on the skill level. And you can level up your skills. So this isn't Diablo 3 where it's all just based on weapon damage and it's super cheap. You know what I mean? So they did that. The hitbox thing, I think it looks awesome. How the hitbox follows your weapon around. It seems like each individual arrow has its hitbox. Each individual fireball, firebolt from your spells and all that crap, they all have their own little hitbox and various effects from various elements. This is different from Diablo 3. It's not like what they did. Like Diablo 3, they went so cheap with things like multi-shot, where it just shot a basic triangle at the screen, and anyone who was in the triangle got hit, and who was not in the triangle did not get hit. Whereas Diablo 2, being the older game, had a better mechanic. Every single individual arrow had its own hitbox, and you can control the spread of your arrows. Something else you couldn't do in Diablo 3. From what we're seeing in Diablo 4, you can do that again. And all these little individual attacks have their own hitbox, and the hitbox follows your freaking weapon. You know? So with those things being mentioned, it seems like I feel like they're not missing much here. The only argument against this that I can see so far is how we just can't help maybe but see that it looks kind of like Diablo 3. But a lot of these games might kind of look like Diablo 3. Doesn't Path of Exile? Does this look more like Diablo 3 or more like Path of Exile? I feel like it looks like something in between. But that's just visual, and as we know, visuals aren't really all that important for a lot of us anyway, even though the visual on this could be great. Because we played Diablo 2 for like 20 years, and it looked like shit over the past handful of years, but we were still all playing it. A lot of us hardcore fans were anyway. But it just seems like a lot of this stuff is just going in a great direction. So I'm remaining optimistic here, and I'm looking forward to, I don't know, playing the Druid or some shit, or the wizard. I'm thinking either droid or wizard, or sorcerer. I'm sorry. Let me know what you guys think about it. But I mean, yeah, I think this some very key things have been touched on here, and I think that they're doing good things with this game so far. I think it's all looking on the up and up, man. So I'll talk to you guys later. Peace be with you.